Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by my channel today. Today I have just a quick little tip if you've got lots of odds and ends, I should say. And this isn't necessarily a new thing with me, but it's kind of something that's newer to me that I was inspired by others. And I thought that's a great way to use up. So I thought I would use up scraps and things, and I thought I'd pass it along. Plus I like the look of them, sort of a collaged idea. So I just cut a tag out of a tag die, or you could hand cut one. Out of some, this all happens to be Maggie Holmes leftovers from when I make a journal or something like that. And these are fun tags to give as gifts or pop into some Happy Mail or pop into a journal, and just sort of a patchwork idea. So you start with just a base, and it could be whatever. I just happen to cut it out of this wood grain. And I picked out some just random bits and bobs here. And then you can just sort of rip and paste, okay? So get yourself some good glue and go ahead and start going. Now I like this one because this has the 2 on there from the top of the paper. So you can just kind of rip like this, and then you get that nice edge like that. And maybe we'll go right along the top there, or maybe we'll go along the bottom actually. Nice time to play, nice time to experiment with colors and ideas, and something for maybe your mood board or something. Alright, so we've got that. You can turn them into little pockets and tuck spots. Washi tape on there, so I might go ahead and just kind of randomly, you're just kind of layering and going along there. I'm going to actually make that sort of on the diagonal. Like so, or maybe up here. You can also hang it off if you're not sure. You can kind of go like this. Let me show you. So I've got a piece here. Oops, except I shouldn't put glue on that part of it. But, and you can just kind of go off of the edge and then just go ahead and trim it. And that might help you be more random with it. You just turn it around and get rid of that. And then you have, that piece fitting like that. So you could also use laces and fabrics and things would be fun. You could sew all of this on. This also makes your tag a little more stable. So if you're using thinner papers like these tend to be, and the single-sided ones, you can also back it with another tag, or you can do this twice and then glue them together. Might be fun. So it's not so structured, so sometimes it's nice to just do something that kind of helps you branch out, and maybe color combinations you hadn't thought of, and so forth. Some people call these Frankentagers because, they're sewn, or botched together like Frankenstein type of idea. I've heard them called different things, but it's all the same relative idea. And you just keep going until, let's see here, I've got an envelope that I keep fabrics in and things, and it's got that frayed bit on the selvage edge. And you can also glue that on. I would recommend a stronger glue for that maybe. We can go on the side like that. This is where I like to use my fabric tack, or you can use a glue gun. They are very similar in strength. And then you can go along. And again, I'm going to put it on there like that, and then I'm going to have to trim that side away. And then that gives some texture, so you can start layering up textures. You can staple things on there, like make a little ticket, like for example this little guy here. Trim that up a little bit, and then you can use a round punch and kind of go in the corners here like that to make that ticket shape. Like that. So it's kind of a relaxing thing, I think. It's kind of It's like you're giving yourself permission to play. You're not so worried about the results that it's, you know, oh, I messed up, whatever. You can go like that. Just because I want it to kind of stick out. Make sure there's staples in there. Mini We Are Memory Keeper staplers. And then you can go ahead and staple on there like that. You can also use your punches. This is a fun time to use punches and things where you can go ahead and, you know, layer up some, oh my goodness, I can't pick that up, butterfly here. You just keep embellishing until you like it. Like that. Practice doing stuff, and so I end up with these little oddball, you know, embellishments that have no home, and it's nice to have a place to put them. So hopefully that'll give you some ideas. I'll go ahead and put that butterfly on here. Add these little bits of fabric, and I can go ahead and weave through there. I'm just trying to be careful my glue is wet. My hands are cold. It's really cold. Also to do either, like, I have this Nuvo leaf, copper leafing that you can put on there. You can use texture pastes. You can do some stenciling and stamping on there and heat embossing. Lots of things you can do to kind of layer up your tags. So hopefully that gives you some ideas. Let me do some of those things. I've got some white acrylic. You could use gouache, whatever. I'm just going to put a little bit there. And I'm going to wet that, and I'm going to try to get a consistency that I like to go ahead and splatter. And I'm looking for my paintbrush here. Go ahead and use a flat one. You can use one of those splayed ones. You just want to get it enough wet that it'll give you some nice opaque drops. And then you can go ahead and, not quite, there we go. You've got extra paint like this without messing up your splatters. You can kind of go out here, kind of finger paint. So it's a great way to sort of experiment with, like I said, your products and all the things that we sort of get so excited about, and then we hoard, and then you can kind of make it look nice and distressed. Okay, like that. You can put sequins. Put sequins in random places. Like I said, you could stamp. Put some of these bigger ones up here that I don't use as much. Like that, so it gives a little bling. So pretty. I'll put some down here. I love this glue. This is the Nuvo glue, and it has that nice tip on there. And that glue dries clear, so not a problem there. Paint, sequins, paper, embellishments, staples. If you did sewing on there, it would have that. It's got fabric. So it's got all the little fun bits, and you've used up some scraps. You've created something that day, and I think it's a great idea to kind of dip into your stash and do that. So hopefully you enjoyed that little micro reminder. I'm sure you guys have heard that before, but just a reminder, dip into your stash and make some fun layered tags. Just start ripping paper and gluing things down, and it'll all come together. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a creative day.